Hello, I'm Utah Attorney General Sean Reyes, and for 10 years I've stood watch over this state, defending our laws, lives, and liberties, protecting our teens from street drugs, vaping, sextortion, and suicide, fighting for our communities against predators, human traffickers, and abusers, attacking financial frauds and scams that destroy innocent Utahns every year, and standing up to the federal government over vaccine mandates, ESG, open borders, or attempts to take more control over our lands, schools, families, or freedoms. Serving in this job hasn't been easy, working long days and many nights, traveling up and down the state, flying sometimes to DC or other states to lead national coalitions and bring back wins and resources for Utah. But I love it, and I love Utah. And after 10 years in office, Utah is safer and stronger than ever. Violent crime is down. Convictions are up. I work with amazing professionals in the AG's office. We work our hearts out. We win in court. We stand up to threats so you can sleep securely at night. That's why I've been endorsed over several re-elections by hundreds of Utah leaders, from sheriffs and commissioners to CEOs and small business owners. Because when they call, I'm there. I show up. When problems arise, I solve them. When insulin makers gouge patients, I sue them. When Gold Star families, immigrants, or refugees are ignored, I stand with them. When prescription opioids were at their peak, I created a state task force with the DEA, sued the perpetrators, brought hundreds of millions of dollars to Utah for prevention and recovery, and helped lower our death rate. We then put away Utah's most notorious dark web drug dealer for a life sentence. When Utah child abuse cases increased, especially during COVID, my team expanded the safety net of children's justice centers statewide. When youth suicide and drug deaths were ravaging Utah in 2014, I helped create the Safe UT app to save thousands of young lives and prevent school violence. I was privileged to work closely with Congress and the President to establish the 988 mental health hotline nationally. Like 911, it will save countless American lives. I created the At Ease program to give Utah veterans free legal services through private law firms with no cost to taxpayers. I've brought tech solutions to law enforcement like Child ID to help locate missing kids, virtual training for police to de-escalate violence, and rapid DNA to solve crimes faster, including murders and rapes. In many cities across America, there is a tidal wave of lawlessness, theft, and online fraud. With great legislative partners, I've led Utah's resistance, creating the first statewide economic crimes task force in America, the first registry of convicted fraudsters, and other tools. Now Utah is a national leader in dismantling white-collar crime. When Utah companies want to innovate, I've supported sandboxes for blockchain, AI, and other tech. When government wants to regulate more, I fight for less. As our youth fall deeper down the rabbit hole of social media, Governor Cox and I have teamed up to sue companies that put massive profits over the well-being of our kids. I haven't shied away from big fights, suing giants like Google, Apple, Meta, TikTok, and others, and that's just in the tech space alone. When I became AG in 2013, Utah was failing in the human trafficking fight, but thanks to your help and the support of the legislature and many other partners, Utah has become a national and global leader in the fight. We've passed stronger laws, expanded victim advocacy, and better empowered survivors. And we've prosecuted some of the most prominent cases in the country, including sex, labor, illicit massage, and illegal adoption rings that land in Utah from around the world. Stopping modern slavery is not partisan. I'm a proud Republican, but find ways to work with Democrat friends to get things done on these and other vital nonpartisan issues. For me and my family, leaving a successful business and legal career in 2013 to join government was not easy, but it has been worth every sacrifice. As the son of an immigrant family from humble beginnings and the first statewide elected minority in Utah history, I'm living proof of the American dream, and serving the people of Utah has truly been a dream and honor for me. That is why I have very mixed emotions about my announcement today that I will not seek a fourth term in office. With the filing deadline in Utah just 1 month away, I wanted to be clear. I will serve my current term as AG throughout 2024, but will not be running for re-election. I want to thank Governor Herbert for appointing me in 2013, for legislative leaders and others with whom I've worked, And thank you to all of my supporters, donors, volunteers, and friends for your confidence and encouragement over 3 successful re-elections. With your help, we have accomplished so much good for the state. I know many of you have asked me to run, pointing to my commanding poll numbers, incumbency, strong name recognition, committed fundraising dollars, and chairmanship of the Republican AGs nationally. Trust me, I do believe I would win, but winning another election would keep me from even more important personal priorities. After much prayer and reflection, I know after 1 more year in office, it will be time to return to my family without an emergency case or crisis constantly pulling me away. It will be time to get back to clients and law partners. I've accomplished nearly everything I came to do as AG, so I have time for more big cases to file in 2024, and I will work as hard as I always have to promote and protect Utah. There's one more important issue I want to address that weighed into my decision. Recently, several of the women who brought civil sexual assault and other claims against Tim Ballard and OUR came forward publicly disclosing their identities. I thought it was brave as I knew they risked shaming and retaliation. I asked their counsel if I could meet with them. Over the course of multiple days, I sat with these women and one man, all with their attorneys present. After hearing their stories in person, I believe them. And I'm heartbroken for what they've endured and the trauma that they will face their entire lives. I apologized to each of them that my past friendship with Tim Ballard and strong association with OUR contributed to an environment that made them feel powerless and without a voice to fight back for many years. I cannot give them back those voiceless years, but I intend on spending my last year in office working together with these survivors and any others who come forward so that their voices are heard and they have access to resources and support. I will work to integrate them into a task force or create one so they have a safe way to support survivors and prevent what happened to them from occurring to others. Separate from my own work with them, they have now contacted the Utah Attorney General's Office, or AGO, to request a criminal investigation into their claims. I am now recused, meaning I will have no involvement, but my office will conduct a statewide investigation of Tim Ballard, Operation Underground Railroad, the Spear Fund, or others to determine what criminal conduct occurred, if any, relating to the complaints made. Now, the existence of an investigation is not itself a determination of guilt. Victim advocates and victim services will be made available to the complainants and any other potential victims that come forward. If you have relevant information or are a victim of a crime, I would encourage you to contact the AGO. Like in other cases where I or another member of my team is walled off, we won't participate, but I am confident the AGO will investigate as they always do, professionally, without bias, and in a manner that is fair to all sides. Also, to clarify, I'm not joining these survivors' civil cases in any way. They have their own lawyers, claims, and all parties in those lawsuits should have their fair day in court. The most important thing is that I will be involved with empowerment of these survivors. Standing up for victims is one of the reasons I became AG. Giving a voice to the vulnerable is what I've worked hard to do while in office. And seeking justice is what I will do until my last day in office and beyond. It's been a privilege to serve as the Attorney General. Utah has grown and expanded during my tenure, leading the nation in so many ways. And the AGO has been crucial to that growth. I've been honored to lead the office during that period. In my mom's native culture of Hawaii, Kamehameha, the chief who united the warring islands, called out in his most famous battle, "Imua e nā poki'i, a inu ikawai ava ava," meaning come forward and let us taste of the bitter waters of battle. This he said to his male and female warriors as a call for unity and action in the face of challenging odds as he led them to victory. Utah faces its own challenges, but together, united as Utahns, we have many victories ahead of us. Thank you.